Yes, so last year Evergreen decided to fund some school supplies, which I think is a fantastic idea in theory. And we need to make sure that we're looking at how is this affecting, is this enough for our kids? And in reality, after talking to some teachers and seeing what happens in the classroom, it created some additional problems that could have been avoided if we would have had communicated with our teachers and staff on how this great idea could and should be implemented into our schools. I think that we're on the right track when it comes to providing and meeting our students' needs. But if these initiatives are not implemented correctly, we're only meeting our students' needs halfway. And it's time that we start fully looking into how we can implement these things into our classrooms. Thank you.
Thanks. I think the average parent spends about $500 per student on back to school, which is supplies, fees, clothes, and all of the extras that it takes to get your student back on the school bus. I think that by providing school supplies for all of our elementary age children lifts a burden off of our families in this district that are struggling. It also makes it equitable across all schools and all kids in our area. I was thrilled that the district decided to supply the school supplies for our elementary students, and I know that the first year there may have been some glitches, but I also think that if people needed more supplies, there was resources that they could have gotten the supplies from. We had our foundation that collected supplies that still probably has a closet full or a storeroom full of school supplies, and I think there was means to get them, and I think that people just have to ask. The sports fees, I said earlier, I'm a sports I'm avid about sports. I love it. If more kids participate in sports and we reduce that barrier, I'm all for it.
Thanks. Ginny?
So last year when I was notified that the district was going to be paying for school supplies, I was actually ecstatic. As the chair of the Stuff the Bus event and the citywide school supply drive for the Evergreen Public Schools, I was excited to know that we were getting additional support for school supplies. We still continue to go out and do our drives, do our Stuff the Bus event for middle and high schools, as well as stocking an office next to the Evergreen, the foundation's office with school supplies. It's actually overflowing. The last year presented some challenges and we've learned from those, and every year it'll get better. It was something new. It was something the district took on, and there were challenges, but they learned from that, and as well as the foundation being able to bridge the gap for those. As for the sports access, I think that it allows every student to be involved, and it bridges the gap between students that can and cannot afford to participate. So, and I'm thrilled for that too.
I was excited at first when I heard that the district was paying for school supplies as well, but I think what happened is families got the illusion that they didn't need to buy anything for their kids, and a lot of our teachers spent hundreds of dollars out of their pockets to supplement. And I think that if the foundation did have stuff, resources the teachers could have, that when they were told not to ask families for supplies, at the same time they could have been reminded that those resources were in the foundation to help out, so that they weren't spending their money out of their pockets to supplement. I know it was a lot of money our teachers spent.